Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. We are on to the next lecture on amines. I hope you are doing the lectures regularly, and in today's session we will be discussing about alkylation, acylation and carbylamine test. So please watch till the end. So we are beginning with alkylation. Now what is alkylation? Though we have discussed this in ammonolysis. Okay, so just I'm discussing once again. Suppose you are talking about RNH2. Okay, so this is a primary amine I have considered. If this is treated with alkyl halide, let this be R-X. Okay, I'm taking this example. So what happens is, we know that halogen is more electronegative. So this will pull the electrons toward itself. So this will get a negative charge. This will get a positive charge. That means this alkyl group is in need of the electrons. So what this does, it gets electrons from here. So this lone pair of the electron on nitrogen is given to this R. So what is formed here? I'll just open this up and write down R. N. I'm writing both these hydrogens separately here, and on this what you're having is R dash, right? This X has taken the electrons, that is this pair of the electron, it has come out and it has formed X minus. Okay, so this has come out as X minus. Now what happens, this nitrogen is having 4 bonds. So when this, because this lone pair of the electron is given to this R dash, so there will be a positive charge developed on N. Now because this nitrogen is having a positive charge, it will not be stable. It is more electronegative. It will be in, it will be having a tendency to pull the electrons toward itself. So this bond, electron, between nitrogen and hydrogen are pulled by this nitrogen back. So this H plus comes out. This H plus goes along with X minus, and it will form HX, which we normally write as HX. So HX comes out. So when this goes here, what do you get? I will write down the product separately now. You will have here N. It will get, the pairs back. You will have here R. You will have here H, R dash, right? And a lone pair back on it, plus what you are getting is HX. Fine. So what did you get here is the substituted amine. That means in a way this hydrogen is replaced by alkyl group. Fine, we could have done it in just one go also. Just we could have removed H and X. Just for better understanding I am explaining. Now let us start with acylation. Now what is acylation? You know what is acyl group? Acyl group is RCO group. RCO group. If I am talking about this as acyl particularly, that means I am talking about CH3CO group. CH3CO group. That is acetyl group. If acetyl group is to be introduced, then what? These amines have to be treated. Which amines? Suppose I am considering C2H5NH2. I am talking about say 1 degree amine. Now this acyl group will be given by which all reagents? You can use ester. You can use acid halide. You can use acid halide. Apart from that, you can also use acid anhydride. So we will take these examples and understand. Now suppose I am talking about this acid halide. Say I am using CH3COCl. Now this poor carbon is surrounded by so many electronegative groups. So what will this chlorine do? It will try to pull electrons toward itself. Right, it will try to come out as Cl minus, and then this is also more electronegative. When this actually, how this comes out is, this is more electronegative, it will be towards O. Due to back bonding, this oxygen will again form a bond back. So when this goes here, this carbon valency will be again disturbed. It will try to pull the electrons towards itself. Right, so what it does, this being more electronegative, comes out as Cl minus. So when this comes out as Cl minus, this carbon will get a positive charge. This comes out as Cl minus, carbon will get a positive charge. When this carbon gets a positive charge, it will get the electron from nitrogen, which is having a lone pair of electron. So how this will get attached? Now this CH3CO group will be attached onto this nitrogen. So how we will write down the product? I am writing from this side. That means as CH3CO I am writing, and on this carbon I am attaching this N. Fine. So what happens is this will be now N. Both the hydrogens I am writing like this, and this ethyl group I am taking on the extreme right hand side. This nitrogen now has 4 bonds, so it will get one positive charge. Nitrogen with the positive charge will never be happy. So what it does is it takes electron from here, the bond between nitrogen and nitrogen. This will come out as H plus. So when this comes out as H plus, this is coming out as Cl minus. So this H plus and Cl minus will now come out as HCl. So what product you get is one HCl is obtained. This H and Cl. What else is there? CH3, C, double bond O, N. There is only one hydrogen left over here now, because the other hydrogen has gone, and this is C2H5. So what did we get here? We got here amide, acetamide. How do you name it? This is the amide. Had this been CH3CONH2, this would have been acetamide. Now in acetamide, on nitrogen there is ethyl. So we name this as N-ethyl acetamide. Instead of writing acetamide, you can also write ethanamide. We can also write the name as N-ethyl. Instead of this, you may write ethanamide. Ethanamide. Right? So this is one reaction we have considered. That is, with primary amine I have considered, instead of using CH3COCl, that is acid halide, you can also use anhydride. So I am taking that example also, keeping this also in the frame. So let me consider now, for a change 2 degree amine I am taking, say C2H5 taken twice, NH I am taking. There is one lone pair of electron on this. Now suppose I am writing with anhydride, CH3CO, O, CO, C2H5. I have taken here acid anhydride, that is ethanoic anhydride particularly, if you want to say. So the same thing happens as happened here, the same thing will happen here also. So what happens is, first, this is, you can start from this side or from this side. This O being more electronegative will pull the electrons toward itself. So this getting negative, now again it will form a back bonding, say bond back. Right? So now when this goes here, the bond between C and O will break, because O being more electronegative will pull the electron toward itself. So that means in a way this species will come out as CH3COO. Achha, let me take here CH3 only. Instead of taking this, I am taking CH3 only here. CH3CO and O here, CO, CH3. This is CH3. Right, I am taking acetic anhydride, ethanoic anhydride. If it was C2H5, then the name would have been different. Right, so what happens is this carbon will now get a positive charge. Carbon getting a positive charge will be now needing electrons. So it will take the electrons from here, get this as, this nitrogen will form a bond over here. So when this forms a bond, we will write it. I am writing it down. So what you are getting is, again I am taking this part out. What is this part here? It is CH3COO minus. Please mind it. I hope you have done this correction. This is CH3COO. That part has come out. Now this I am starting, as I wrote CH3CO part in the beginning, I will be writing now also that. So this is CH3CO I am writing. Through this carbon, now nitrogen will get attached. So nitrogen, hydrogen of this I am writing separately, and on this there are 2 ethyls present. I have written twice. So when it is twice, there will be, on this nitrogen, ethyls are present twice. So this nitrogen will get a positive charge. When this nitrogen gets a positive, it is not happy to get it because it is more electronegative. So this will take electron from here. When this takes electron from here, this H will come out as H plus. And then what happens is this H plus and this acetyl part. This comes out as acid. So what is the final product you are getting here? You are getting here CH3. This is CH3, CO, N, and on this end ethyl is present twice, and you are getting apart from that one CH3COOH. Fine. Now how are you going to name this particular product? As I said, these are all derivatives of acetamide or ethanamide. Now on this N, both hydrogens are replaced by ethyl. So how do we name it now? It is NN diethyl ethane amide. This is the complete name. Diethyl ethane amide. NN diethyl ethane amide. Right. Now in case you want to carry out the reaction with aniline, that also is possible. So I have considered till now this was one reaction. This was the second reaction I have taken. You can take the screenshot or you can pause it and note it down in your copy. Now I am considering the next reaction that I am just telling you. I think you can write down on your own and see. Suppose I am taking C6H5NH2. What is it? Aniline. If you are taking benzene, or you can call this as benzene amine. If you are using this reaction and carrying out the reaction with same acetic anhydride, CH3COCOCH3, what product will be formed? Write down, pause it and write down on your own and see. Okay, now just see, have you written the same thing? What I am writing now? Basically, now in this you have seen, basically what is happening is this part and H comes out as acetic acid, and whatever is remaining you will just combine it with it. So what you are getting is, I'll start with CH3CO group, as I told you earlier also, CH3CO, and here you will have N, you will have here H, and on this you will have C6H5. So how do you name this? How do you name this? These are all derivatives of acetamide, as I told you earlier. On N there is phenyl group, so the name becomes N-phenyl ethane amide. Ethane amide. If not, you can also call this as acetanilide. Acetanilide. This is also the name for it. Fine. So this is, we have completed till now acylation and alkylation. Now I will be talking about carbylamine reaction. What reaction, children, we are taking? Carbylamine reaction. Carbylamine reaction is also called as isocyanide test. Now first thing, very very important, it is used as a test for primary amines, 1 degree amines. 1 degree amine. That means it is given by RNH2 as well as ARNH2. That means aliphatic amine. It is given by aliphatic as well as aromatic amine. So both the types of the amines give this as a positive test. Okay, so what exactly happens if you are just learning it for reaction purpose? You will write RNH2, that is 1 degree amine. You are using chloroform CHCl3. You are using basic medium KOH, and what you get here is RNC. That is a foul smelling substance. It is identified by the smell. Plus what else you get? You get KCl. Apart from that you get water. So if you balance it, this will be 3, you will get 3 KCls and you get 3 water molecules. So suppose you are asked as a test to distinguish between 1 degree amine, aliphatic or aromatic, with 2 degree amine, 3 degree amine, you will use this isocyanide test, carbylamine test as a confirmatory test. So this will, all primary amines will react and will give RNC. Suppose instead of that you use AR, you will get AR here. Okay, so for writing only the reaction, you are learning this, but I will also explain the mechanism, because sometimes in competitive exams it is asked what is the reaction intermediate and all that. So that I am explaining now. Now see what we have used here: chloroform, CHCl3. Okay, what are we doing, children? We are doing the mechanism of isocyanide test. Please go through the mechanism also, watch till the end for better understanding. Now what we are doing is, this carbon, will be having a tendency to lose electrons towards this chlorine, because there are 3 chlorines attached. It's a poor carbon. Yes, because they all will be pulling electrons toward itself. So this carbon will have the tendency to pull this also towards it, and this will be a acidic hydrogen. This will be a acidic hydrogen. So the reaction you are carrying out is with KOH. So what is this KOH doing? KOH is providing this minus and plus. So this is coming out as H plus, I said. So this H plus and this OH minus will come out as water. Now when this comes out as water, I will write down here on the arrow minus water molecule. Now what else is left here? You can just see here, you are having here carbon. Right, you are having 3 chlorine atoms attached to it. Right, so when this is attached to it, one bond electrons they have gone towards this carbon, so it is having one extra pair shown over here. Right, so there will be a negative charge, because that has not been shared by any other. So then what happens is, one of the chlorine atom will try to pull the electrons toward itself and come out as Cl minus. This will try to come out as Cl minus. So this coming out as Cl minus, and this has KCl, this has K plus. So this Cl minus and K plus will form KCl. So one KCl also comes out. Now when this has gone, what is left over? Let us see. Carbon. You are having one chlorine. You are having another chlorine and one pair of electron. This is a intermediate. This is the intermediate that is formed in the reaction. And this intermediate is called as dichlorocarbene. It is dichlorocarbene. It is having 6 electrons. It's not having a complete octet. So this dichlorocarbene, which is acting as a reaction intermediate here, also acts as a electrophile, because it is in need of the electron. It is acting as an electrophile. Now this dichlorocarbene will react with this primary amine. Suppose I am taking RNH2 with a lone pair of electron over here. This is the dichlorocarbene which we are talking about. This is in need of electron. So what happens is, this pair of the electron on nitrogen is given to carbon. So how this is going to get attached, I am representing in the next step here. R, you will have here N. These 2 hydrogens I am writing top here and one at the bottom. Now this nitrogen is attached to this carbon. So carbon and one chlorine and another chlorine. So 2 chlorines will separately get attached to it. Now this nitrogen is having extra bond, so it will get a positive charge. This carbon is deficient, so this is getting a negative charge. Now what happens is, this Cl being electronegative, it will try to come out. Now first, before that, you have to carry out the reaction in the presence of KOH. That KOH is having K plus and OH minus. So now this OH minus will have a tendency to pull some positive part from here. So moreover, you also know that nitrogen is getting a positive which is not happy with. So this will be pulled towards nitrogen. When this is pulled, this is coming out as H plus. So this H plus and this OH minus will come out as one more water molecule. This was one water molecule. This is the second water molecule that comes out. So this particular electron, this bond, when it is going, it will not go here on the nitrogen. What exactly happens is, instead of me showing here, I think this I will show here. It goes in between nitrogen and carbon. So that I am going to show down. So when this goes here, this chlorine will have now a tendency to come out as Cl minus. So when this Cl minus is coming, this K plus and Cl minus will now come out as 1 KCl. I will just repeat that part. First KOH, so OH minus pulls that H plus, and because nitrogen is not happy to get positive, the bond between these electrons will go between carbon and nitrogen, making this a double bond now. So what changes I have shown, I am representing here. It will be R, you will have N, only one hydrogen left over, a double bond, carbon, and only one chlorine left over here. Now this carbon is having a negative charge because this is not completed. Octet is not complete for it, and this nitrogen again gets a positive charge. Okay, so now what happens is, in the next step, one more KOH molecule comes. So how many KOH have come so far? One KOH, second KOH, this is the third KOH. That is what we wrote in the balanced equation. So this KOH is having K plus and OH minus. This OH minus will pull one more acidic nitrogen, because this will now again come back between nitrogen and carbon. This will be coming out as H plus. So this H plus and OH minus will come out as water. This is now K plus. So K plus with this Cl minus. So when this comes here, this will come out as Cl minus. So 1 KCl also comes out. So finally, now what changes I have made, I am representing over here. Rn, this is now a triple bond. There is carbon. Now in this you have positive charge on nitrogen and the negative charge on C. That means that is what we were looking for. This is what is isocyanide. So now we have reached to our final goal, that is isocyanide is formed. So you can see here 3 KOH molecules used, 1, 2, 3. 3 times water KCl, 1 time, second time and third time, and you are getting isocyanide. Right? So I have told you the complete mechanism, where the intermediate species is this, which is acting as a electrophile. That concept is also clear to you. This is acidic hydrogen. Why it is acidic hydrogen? That aspect I have discussed with you. This has pulled electrons toward itself, so that liberation of H plus will be easy. Okay, so in the upcoming videos we'll be discussing the remaining chemical reactions of amine, that is nitrous acid, aryl sulfonyl, and the remaining ones. So please watch them also. Stay connected, stay updated. Thank you for watching.